Chapter 1 Sets. Dear students, we know groups of different things. For example, it's a flower bouquet. It's a bunch of keys. It's a flock of birds. That means we use special word for each of the collection. Here, in all these, we can clearly list the objects of that collection. We call the collection of such objects as a set. Suppose I ask you the names of brilliant students of your class. Then, what will be the answer? The student who is getting 5th rank will tell 4 names of the brilliant students because he is on the 5th place. But for a student who is on 10th place, there will be 9 brilliant students according to him. That means brilliant is a relative term. It does not have the exact meaning. And therefore, the term brilliant differs from person to person. And therefore, this collection is not a set. Have you got it? Now, I will ask you some examples and you have to decide whether it is a set or not. First 10 counting numbers. Yes, it is a set because anybody can give the same answer 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 10. Isn't it? Now, one more example. Brave children in the class. Problem. You can't decide whether this student is brave or not. So, it is not an example of set. So, let's define a set. If we can definitely and clearly decide the objects of a given collection, then that collection is called a set. Generally, the name of the set is given using capital letters such as A, B, C, D, etc. The members or elements of the set are shown by using small letters, that is small a, small b, ... If A is an element of set A, then we write it like this. A epsilon A, that means A is a set of A. And if A is not an element of set A, then we write like this, which says that A does not belong to set A. Now let's observe the set of numbers. N is equal to 1, 2, 3, ... is a set of natural numbers. W is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, ... is a set of whole numbers. I is equal to ... -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, ... is a set of integers. Q is a set of rational numbers and R is a set of real numbers. Now let's see the methods of writing sets. There are 2 methods. The first one, listing method or roster method. In this method, we write all the elements of a set in curly bracket. Each of the element is written only once and separated by commas. The order of an element is not important, but it is necessary to write all the elements of the set. For example, the set of even numbers between 1 and 10 can be written as A is equal to 2, 4, 6, 8. If an element comes more than once, then it is customary to write that element only once. For example, in the word little, the letters L and T are repeated more than once. So the set of letters of this word is written as A is equal to L, I, T, E. Now second method, rule method or set builder form. In this method, we do not write the list of elements but write the general element using variable followed by a vertical line or colon and write the property of the variable. For example, A is equal to, in curly bracket, X such that X belongs to N and 2 less than x less than 5 and is read as set A is the set of all x such that x is a natural number between 2 and 5. So, in listing method, this can be written as A is equal to 3, 4. Now the question, write the following sets using listing method. Letters in the word complement. A is equal to C-O-M-P-L-E-N-T. Then write the following set using rule method. D is equal to Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So D is equal to Z such that Z is a day in a week. Then next example, X is equal to AET. That means X is equal to Y such that Y is a letter in the word EAT or ATE. Now let's see the types of sets. Singleton set. A set consisting of a single element is called a singleton set. For example, A is equal to 4. Empty set or null set. If there is not a single element in the set which satisfies the given condition, then it is a null set or an empty set and it is represented by these curly brackets or a symbol like this known as phi. B is equal to X such that X is a natural number between 3 and 4. Therefore, B is equal to curly bracket or phi. Then finite set. If a set is a null set or number of elements are limited and countable, then it is called as finite set. So C is equal to P such that P is an odd number between 1 and 10. So C is equal to 3, 5, 7, 9. Then infinite set. If number of elements in a set is unlimited and uncountable, then the set is called infinite set. For example, n is equal to 1, 2, 3, ... curly bracket complete. Now next type is when two sets are considered. So the type is equal sets. Two sets A and B are said to be equal if every element of set A is in set B and every element of set B is in set A. Symbolically, it is written as A is equal to B. Now the question, decide which of the following are equal sets and which are not. Justify your answer. A is equal to X such that 3x minus 1 is equal to 2. B is equal to X such that X is a natural number but X is neither prime nor composite. C is equal to X such that X belongs to N and X is less than 2. Now first we'll write down all the sets in listing method. Let's solve 3x minus 1 is equal to 2. Therefore 3x is equal to 2 plus 1. Therefore 3x is equal to 3. Therefore x is equal to 1. Therefore A is equal to 1. Then for set B, x is a natural number but neither prime nor composite. So there is only one natural number which is 1. So B is equal to 1. For set C, x is a natural number and x is less than 2. That means C is equal to 1. Here set A, set B and set C are equal sets because all the sets are having the same element 1. And therefore set A is equal to set B is equal to set C. One more question. Write with reasons which of the following sets are finite or infinite. A is equal to X such that X is less than 10, X is a natural number. So we'll write down in listing method A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The number of elements are limited and countable and therefore it is a finite set. Next, C is equal to set of students of class 9 from your school. Here, the number of elements are limited and countable, so it is also a finite set. Now next type of set is subset. If A and B are two given sets and every element of set B is also an element of set A, then B is a subset of A, which is symbolically written like this and read as B is a subset of A or B subset A. For example, A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and B is equal to 2, 4, 6, 8. Here every element of set B is also an element of set A, therefore B subset A. Now this can be represented by Venn diagram. So let's see what's meant by Venn diagram. British logician John Venn was the first to use closed figures to represent sets. Such representations are called Venn diagrams. So this can be represented by Venn diagram like this. Now next type is universal set. Think of a bigger set which will accommodate all the given sets under consideration, which in general is known as universal set. So that the sets under consideration are the subsets of this universal set. It is represented by using the capital letter U. In Venn diagram, it is represented by a rectangle. For example, a cricket team of some students is to be selected from a school. Here, all the students from school who play cricket is the universal set and a team of selected cricket players is a subset of that universal set. Now solve this problem. Take the set of natural numbers from 1 to 20 as universal set and show set X and Y using Venn diagram. X is equal to X such that X belongs to N and 7 less than X less than 15. First we'll write down U by listing method. So U is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 20 and X is equal to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It is shown by Venn diagram like this. Then secondly, Y is equal to Y such that Y belongs to N and Y is a prime number from 1 to 20. So by listing method, Y is equal to 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19 and the universal set is the same one. So it is represented by Venn diagram like this. The next type of sets is complement of a set. Suppose U is an universal set. If B subset U, then the set of all elements in U which are not in set B is called the complement of B and is denoted by B dash or BC. Solve the question. Let all the students of a class is an universal set. Let set A be the students who secure 50% or more marks in maths, then write the complement of set A. Here, U is equal to all the students of a class. A is equal to the students who secure 50% or more marks in maths. Therefore, A dash is equal to students who secure less than 50% marks in maths. Now we'll turn to operations on sets. Intersection of two sets. Suppose A and B are two sets. The set of all common elements of A and B is called the intersection of set A and B, and it is denoted like this and read as A intersection B. Then disjoint sets. When two sets are completely different from each other and they do not have a single element common in them, then the sets are called as disjoint sets. Then union of two sets. Let A and B be two given sets, then the set of all elements of set A and B is called the union of two sets. It is written like this and read as A union B. The question is, observe the Venn diagram and write the given sets U, A, B, A union B and A intersection B. U is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. B is equal to 1, 5, 8, 9, 10. A union B 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. A intersection B 1, 5. The number of elements in a set. Number of elements in set A is denoted as NA. Now number of elements in union and intersection of sets. Consider set A and B. The rule is N of A union B is equal to NA plus NB minus N into bracket A intersection B. Now solve the problem. In a hostel there are 125 students, out of which 80 drink tea, 60 drink coffee and 20 drink tea and coffee both. Find the number of students who do not drink tea or coffee. Suppose set A is the set of students who drink tea. Therefore, NA is equal to 80. B is the set of students who drink coffee. Therefore, NB is equal to 60. Total students are 125. Therefore, NU is equal to 125. And the number of students who drink tea and coffee both is 20. Therefore, A intersection B is a set of students who drink tea and coffee both. Therefore, N A intersection B is equal to 20. As per rule, N A union B is equal to NA plus NB minus N A intersection B is equal to 80 plus 60 minus 20 is equal to 120. That means out of 125 students, 120 students either drink tea or coffee or both, and therefore the number of students who do not drink tea or coffee is equal to NU minus N A union B is equal to 125 minus 120 is equal to 5, and therefore the number of students who do not drink tea or coffee is equal to 5. Now let's solve this same problem using Venn diagram. Here U 125, set A has 80 students, set B has 60 students. Now the students who drink both tea and coffee are 20, therefore we'll write down 20 here. So A contains 80 minus 20, that is 60, and B contains 60 minus 20, that is 40. And therefore N A union B is equal to 60 plus 20 plus 40 is 120. So N U minus N A union B is equal to 125 minus 120 is equal to 5.